Hey everyone, it's me, Jen, and I'm nothing if not intense. It's Monday, February 4th, 2019. Welcome to the Danley Deep Dive, Part 6, In Custody. For almost one full year now, it has been my contention that Marilou Danley was in Las Vegas on October 1st, 2017, that she arrived at Mandalay Bay on 9/28/2017, and remained in Vegas through October 2nd. I did not suddenly wake up one morning and decide that I was going to make up a story about Marilou Danley that is in direct opposition to what we have been told by the LVMPD, FBI, and MSM. It was only through countless hours of investigation and research that I slowly and methodically came to this conclusion. At first, it was difficult even for myself to grasp the fact that Marilou was a major player in this event, in large part because of the skillful way that law enforcement and the media beat the Marilou narrative into us any chance they were given. I was thoroughly convinced that she was out of the country at the time of the shooting and had no involvement in it whatsoever. I remember getting to work on that Monday morning of October 2nd, 2017, and stating as a matter of fact that the shooter's girlfriend was in Tokyo and had nothing to do with it. Once I launched my inquiry into this event and I began listening to massive amounts of scanner traffic, a different picture of Marilou Danley began emerging, and one that I could not ignore. While many questions remain on what really happened that night, the one piece I believe I have established, Marilou Danley was in Las Vegas at the time of the shooting, should be crucial in the furtherance of this investigation. Would she not have many, if not all, of the answers that we so desperately seek? I am not asking you to take my word for this. Throughout the rest of this video, I will let the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police tell you where Marilou Danley was the night of October 1st and the morning of October 2nd, and you can decide for yourself. The Danley Deep Dive Part 5 left off at the press conference that took place at approximately 1:30 a.m., where Sheriff Joe Lombardo stated that they were looking for a companion that was traveling with the shooter. He then proceeded to name her as Marilou Danley, provide her description, and give information about two vehicles that were registered to the shooter that they were looking for. In the next clip, you will see Luxor Security giving a Metro Strike team the vehicle information. This took place approximately 5 minutes before the press conference, so somewhere around 1:25 a.m. on October 2nd. This is important because it establishes not only Paddock's van on property, but also the Hyundai Tucson that Marilou drove in Vegas on property that night.
Where's it at?
Two Hyundais. One Hyundai is like Nevada plate 14440.
Okay.
And I got a Chrysler Pacifica 2017 79 David 401.
Where were they at?
Somewhere on my property.
On here? Alright, what were they again? Hey, Danny? What, do you have color?
You don't have the color.
Hey, Danny, you got a Hyundai?
Yeah, Hyundai 2000.
License plate 144?
Bravo.
Baker 40?
144 Baker 40.
Yep. And a Chrysler Pacifica for the van, 79 David 401. Security saying they're getting a call of the 425B. It's on Luxor property. We're not sure if they're involved, what's going on, and they're not sure exactly where they are right now. But we got 425Bs with those two. Unsure on color, just the license plates. That's all we got.
Give me the license plate of Hyundai again.
Hyundai is 144 Baker 40.
Baker 40 is Pacifica.
79 David 401.
79 David
401. Both newer models, unknown on the color.
Is the Hyundai a SUV? Hyundai
It's a sedan?
I now want to take a look down the chain that we make contact with anyone.
Did you get those plates again? She's finding out from security.
Nightmare Control. Do we know what kind of Hyundai that was?
What is 425? I'm going to find out.
Tucson.
And Hyundai Tucson for the small SUV. Okay. What they see on it that would make it
Metro,
suspicious?
notified on this vehicle. They were involved in the possible shooting.
Security saying possibly involved in the 434s, 459. Did they have a description of people? Did you see people? They got it from their corporate watch center. All they got was vehicles. Yeah, they got no other information. It's just from their watch center, possibly involved. Got it. No idea on anything else or location. No, it's somewhere on property. No, it's a park. Got it. Looking at it from a camera, so they got to know where it is. Yeah, that's true. If they saw it on camera, what part of the property did they see it? That's what we're trying to find out. They saw it on Luxor property? They're finding out right now. Okay, because if a camera saw it, and it hasn't moved, it should still be in the same spot that the camera saw it. Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. I know you know. I understand you get it, buddy. Yeah, no, security, she's trying to help us out. She's trying to get all the information. I get it. We're relaying it to her over the radio, but not giving her. I understand. All help is good help. Okay, do you know where they saw him last, or is it? Their camera guys are trying to find the vehicles right now. She's trying to see if they can find the last location. Got it. They're looking for his wife. Marilou. She left in the car. That's what we got for this one. Everything. No, we don't have that.
Okay. Over to the Walmart on Lake Mead. There's a possible sighting of the suspect that we broadcast earlier. Her name is last of Daly, first of Marilou, armed and dangerous. She's possibly in a maroon 2017 Hyundai Tucson, Nevada 114 Baker 40, 114 Baker 40. Break. Control continuing the PR that Metro had said that they saw a picture of the female on television, so this is just a possible sighting if you could ATL.
Copy that, 485.
Direction of travel?
Southbound, they're advising it's an older AFA driving and running red lights. 1R11, 1R95 also being route.
We're at Warm Springs, Julia.
Southbound. Standby 1, that's not correct.
Roswell.
North 61. Units, correction on that. It should have been southbound marks from Sunset.
One or 11. What's our time lapse on that?
Come on, call taker.
21 signal.
1R21. Units, when that PR called, she said that she saw this vehicle and then she was calling. She didn't give the time lapse. She just told the call taker that she lost the visual.
1R61, 436, Warm Springs, both.
1R61.
Control North 41, same traffic. Do we have a color on the vehicle?
Standby 1, please. Wait, should we try to call the PR again? We're getting voicemail.
North 95, North 60. Do you have anything from your side? Negative. Control 1R51.
1R51.
Is it for you? The PR follow on marks or lost visual as the vehicle turns southbound on marks.
Standby I went, I'll ask the call taker. I don't think she gave any more information than that, though. The call taker asked her why she thought it was possibly the suspect, and she said because it was an older Filipino female that was driving the vehicle and running all the red lights, which was 425.
Anybody?
All right.
Go north here,
I
okay?
guess what I'm trying to find out is it secure and safe over there, or is it
There.
looking for the girl?
I'm not 100% sure, ma'am. So, I apologize.
We find her. One of them wanted to question. Yeah. She might be. You just don't need to pat him down and just go on him. Yeah.
Broadcast only reference of 425B from item 1, I-15 in Russell, right? Here, I think, possibly still sensitive vehicle at 23:30 hours at a known gas station of Russell and I-15 break. It was a silver reddish Hyundai, possibly a Tuscan SUV vehicle sitting up near the corner facing Mandalay Bay. And the PR believes the vehicle looked 425. Channel fair.
Control 113, I'm code 4. ATL the area, female of age.
113, copy.
13, we found that female. We'll be out with her right there at the Chevron at the Martin drop.
113, confirm you found the female?
Affirmative, we found her.
113, copy.
Intake on your request has been processed. 13, we're code 4. Female is named. A little bit uncompliant, but she's still walking.
113, copy.
Information, Metro is now canceling the ATL for the female, but advising that the 2017 Hyundai Tucson is still outstanding, Nevada plate 114.
Control Tom 397. I have a silver van FBI personnel coming westbound on Trump towards Colo.
113, copy. Silver van FBI westbound Trump.
Things I wanted to update you with is we have located the vehicles that I had put out in the first briefing, and we believe we're confident but not 100% sure we have located the female person of interest. So I want the people to feel confident and calm in that aspect, that we've accomplished a lot in a short period of time.
Hi, can you please come down here? We've got durable data. Christian, if you say your identification, you're fine.
Please stand by. What's your location with her?
Mandalay Bay and Luxor.
Copy. Is her your code 4 with her in custody?
Yeah, she's in custody.
Stand by. Acknowledge.
Yeah, Mary Lou something, whatever her name was. Yeah, they got her. I don't know. Claire's card was found in the room where the guy was. I'm not sure how she was related. So I know Sheriff's press conference originally just said that they were looking for her as a person of interest, and about a half hour late, said that she was no longer outstanding.
But again, if we look at PDF 12, page 65, it's right here in black and white, or black and gray. 3:45 a.m., 3S5, 3SAM5, female in custody, Mandalay Bay, Luxor, code 4, in custody. I don't know how much more clear it can be. They are talking about Marilou Danley. She is the only female that they were looking for, and they found her, and they have her in custody. This is the dispatch log, PDF 12, page 65. I know it can be a little hard to see, so I did zoom in on it so that you could see it more clearly. 3S5, 3SAM5, female in custody, Mandalay Bay, Luxor, code 4, in custody. 3:45 a.m. on October 2nd. and sometimes the news gets it right.
Heather Mills is joining us now from Metro headquarters, and we know the sheriff of Clark County has been giving news conferences about every 2 hours. The last one was just about an hour ago. We're expecting another one here shortly. So Heather, what can you tell us from Metro headquarters this morning?
Good morning, Dana. Yeah, here live at Metro headquarters. As you said, Sheriff Joe Lombardo providing updates about every 2 hours or so. And that time frame, of course, is very fluid. It all hinges on what's going on with the investigation, which is very active, as you've been seeing from all of those images. Now, what we do know, the latest information that we'll be sharing with folks who are just waking up this morning to this tragedy, 50 people killed, as many and many more, more than 200 injured on this shooting. The video, of course, that you're watching playing out last night at the Route 91 Harvest Festival, Jason Aldean on stage. The shooter killed by Metro Police on the 32nd floor of Mandalay Bay. We're told that 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, he was killed and he was found with a number of firearms in his room. The person of interest, the person whom he was with, Marilou Danley, she has been found. She is in police custody. So I want to caution people, when things like this play out, internet is a tough place to go. You're going to see a lot of misinformation on social media. We are here to give you the facts and give you the information that's coming to us from our sources and also from Sheriff Joe Lombardo, who is briefing us as new information comes to light, and that information can be validated. It can become concrete at that point. So what we do know is they're not calling this a terrorist attack. They're calling this a lone wolf attack. And right now, no motive for this individual against Stephen Paddock, the person that they are claiming responsibility for this mass shooting, which has now been identified as the worst mass shooting in U.S. history.
That's right, and she's now being questioned by authorities. They put a search out for her this morning, they found her, and now she's being questioned.
Thank goodness for these eyewitnesses who have stepped forward and have been able to find her so quickly.
We are live.
And the sheriff said is now in custody. They have located her. So that is going to be of interest. Marilou Danley was her name.
Nick Sosa Rowan says MSNBC says authorities have confirmed that Marilou Danley, who they were looking for, lived with Paddock, and witnesses say was seen with him at the hotel within 24 hours. That's Marilou Danley, who is supposedly who lived with him. Magneto says Mary Lou is in custody. So I'm hearing some rumors that the woman they were looking for, the companion, is in custody. Is that true?
Marilou Danley that we were looking for, and they since have found, they say she is no longer sought as a person of interest and have made contact with her, as you know, and they do continue to look for the Hyundai Tucson. So they're still looking for that vehicle, and they're not worried about her.
Meanwhile, police hunting for the female roommate of a gunman who killed at least 50 people attending a concert in Las Vegas say they have located her. The city's police force said the male suspect was a local resident named 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, and he was confirmed dead early on in the investigation, leaving officers searching for the 62-year-old associate named as Marilou Danley. Clark County Sheriff Joseph Lombardo said investigators had found a woman who he described as Asian, 4 foot 11 inches tall, and weighing 111 pounds. Now, a Hyundai Tucson vehicle understood to be owned by Miss Danley was also been found by police. Now, Marilou's LinkedIn profile said she was a gambling and casino professional who lived in Reno, Nevada. Between 2010 and 2013, she worked as a hostess for the Atlantis Casino Resort Spa. And Danley and the shooter are said to be roommates or companions or boyfriend, though the precise nature of their relationship has not been made clear.
Earlier in the morning, they had put out alerts for a woman that they believed to be his companion. Her name is Marilou Danley. They were asking anyone with information to call 911. They say that now she is in custody, but they are being very careful. They say that she's not a suspect. She's wanted for questioning. They have said over and over again since early this morning that there was only one shooter, and he is now dead. Melanie? All right,
Police have arrested the shooter's wife. Her name, Marilou Danley. She's at least in custody, and they're trying to figure out why he did this, and they're hoping to get some answers from his wife at this moment.
You have heard the scanner traffic of Marilou Danley being taken into custody at the Chevron station at Dean Martin and Trop. You hear from Danley herself in the background screaming. She just wants to go home. You hear numerous news reports of her now being in police custody. I leave you with this question. Where was Marilou Danley on October 1st, 2017? You know my answer. Now ask yourself. Part 7 will explore how Marilou got loose and was taken into custody a second time. Crazy. Thank you for viewing. Links to support my channel are in the description. And I think it's only fitting to truly end on this note. 3 Sam 5, female in custody, Mandalay Bay, Luxor, code 4, in custody, 3:45 a.m. October 2nd, 2017.